Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesdays at 1 show. We're doing things a little bit different here today. As you can see, this is the 12 Bites of Christmas show, and we are going to take you to the bar as well as to the kitchen. I'm super excited to have my executive producer slash hospitality specialist, Tony Hyppolite. He's going to walk us through the 12 bites of Christmas. We're going to do some different things production-wise. You can see already we've started here on location in the bar. We're going to go to the kitchen, and we're going to have a delicious and delightful and wonderful Wednesdays at 1 show. So, without any further ado, I'm going to ask my good friend, Tony Hyppolite, to come to the bar and start the 12 bites of Christmas. Tony, it's all yours.
All right, folks, how y'all doing? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. We just finished last week, and we obviously have the new year coming in. So we just decided to do something a little bit special this year in terms of just different tastes and experiences that we can have here in the holidays. So without further ado, we're going to start in the bar. So right here, we have this lovely Moscato. I'm just going to show it to you here on our second camera. You'll see this Moscato is Castello de Pollo, okay? Only $10, you know, really reasonable, pretty cheap, can't beat it. Why is it good? Nice, simple, sweet taste, great dessert wine after you have dinner with the family. You know, it's not a unique taste at all. It's very easy for someone who's new to, beverages, new to trying different wines. And it's also fairly cheap. You can find it online at drizzly.com. Your local liquor store like a Cappy's or a Total Wines, can't beat it. So if people have any questions about these wines or how they taste, don't be afraid to, message below or comment below about these wines. So that's our first look right here, okay? Now we're gonna move on to actually one of my personal favorite wines. It's called the Federalist. I've actually had this wine a couple of times. I bought it a few years ago when I used to work for a liquor company in Massachusetts. This is actually a 2017. I think I had a 2016 before. Why is this amazing? It's a Zinfandel, so it's a little bit of a blend. Has a beautiful purple color, and the taste is amazing. I'm very picky personally in terms of wines, but really rich colors, really rich flavor. And some of the tasting notes is bottled here in California, not here in California because we're not in California. Actually, maybe we are, who knows. Bold flavors, nice notes, very smooth tasting. You can't go wrong. This bottle goes for only about $19.99. I mean, I promise you right here, I promise you, if someone has this wine for the first time, they're gonna love it. Let me know what you think. If you have experiences with the Federalist, there's also another line that they have. They kind of go along with the whole, as you can see, there's Mr. George Washington here with the whole presidential and dollar note look. I strongly recommend it. Actually, this is probably my strongest recommendation of the whole evening. Cannot beat it, okay? And actually, one last thing is, what do you have it with? You could have it with some lamb, beef. You could do it with chicken as well if you're not, too picky. But because of its richness and flavor, I would definitely recommend it with a lamb or a beef dish that you can season lightly and have fun with it. So moving on. I also have a Pinot Noir, Crimson Ranch. 90 plus rating on some of the more legitimate wine raters out there. Pinot Noir, if you're a big person, obviously in the winter you want more of a darker, richer taste. This one only goes for $14.99. It's actually a 2018. Bought this at Total Wines. Some of the tasting notes. Sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up. There's a rich garnet color, so it's kind of like a deep red. Dark cherry notes. Nice enough tannin. Really unique tasting wine. Beautiful colors and beautiful flavor. Again, $14.99. What could you have this again? Same thing like the last dish, steak, lamb. You could also, pair it with some nuts, cashews, things of that nature. So when you're having your holiday party, you want to just really impress your guests. Obviously with social distancing, we tell people to be respectful, but again, if you want to send an awesome gift through Drizzly or any of those platforms, you cannot beat it, okay? So that's it so far in terms of this first stage of this tasting. I'm actually gonna make my way to the kitchen and I'm gonna invite Eric to come back on and kind of take it from there for a moment for me, okay?
Thank you, Tony. So here we are in our kitchen, and I cannot wait to see what Tony has in store for us. I want to let you guys know that if you have any questions about the wine or any of the food or any information that we're sharing, let me know. Now, one of the things I'm doing here is I'm showing you guys what's possible. I'm showing you guys in the live stream space, also in the what exactly is possible in terms of showcasing your brand, your product, your company, or just to tell your story. We are shooting this right now. We're and we've changed venues already a couple of times. So these are the things that are possible. These are the things that we want to show you, and these are the things that I hope you can take and apply to your business, your event, your promotional endeavor. These are things that make sense and aren't really elaborate in terms of
I think
and execution. We know that holiday season is the time that we all get together. The time that we normally are enjoying our food, our spirits, and our wine all together. So in a sense, this holiday season is actually more important when it comes to what we're going to either consume or imbibe. We want it to be really special because you're not necessarily surrounded with in our lives. That's why we recommend things to you. It's because we've done the tasting, we've sampled all of these things, we've brought all of these things to you in a way that we can speak from personal experience. I'm going to bring Tony back now. He's going to take us to the next level. He's going to bring us into the kitchen and share with us what he has done for us so far. So Tony, I'm going to have you come in and take it from there.
I'm not a big something.
So this should be a little bit better for everybody. Thank you for being patient and letting us know that there was some audio issues. I don't know what happened, but one of the things that we learn when we do live events is to be prepared and try to roll with it as best we can. So we made it a full 13 minutes. I don't know if anyone heard anything, but Tony, you're just going to keep going as if everything was perfect, just like we planned it.
Yeah, Eric, you want to show this? You want to give me the second camera here?
Absolutely.
Wait, no one heard me in the first beginning?
I think they heard some of it, but it's okay. Just keep going.
All right, not a problem. So, just in case no one heard me, allegedly, we're gonna make a butterscotch hot chocolate. So I've already put a couple of the Hershey Kisses inside the milk. Normally you'd melt it with the milk, but because of the time constraints of the show, it's just a lot easier. Just kind of show you the steps and kind of show you a couple of things we can do. I thought these were like the tiny Hershey's, but we're gonna do something very quick.
And by the way, I was tasked with getting the Hershey, so if they're messed up, you can blame me.
Then you hit it with this. Boom. So if there were small Hershey's, if had Eric bought the correct ones, you'd be able to sprinkle the Hershey's all over the top of this whipped cream. But you get the idea. Really, really fun drink. Really simple and easy to make and really cheap. And anybody can have it. This is obviously non-alcoholic, but if you want to spike it, I recommend a rum. You could do a Bacardi Superior, which I have right here, or my personal favorite. Oh yeah, you got it. So you got a Bacardi Superior right here, or my personal favorite, Hennessy. I'm sorry I have the small bootleg Hennessy, but I don't need that much Hennessy for the show today. Eric will probably drink this after the show is done because he's so mad at himself for having audio issues, but he'll get over it. We'll be fine. And that's it. Anybody have any questions? Eric, do you have any comments so far?
Yeah, we do. So mainly they're about the audio, but I want to thank everybody for that. I want to first bring in one of my favorite people in the whole world, and that's Andy Lyons, right? The first thing she wants to let you know is that your Santa hat is on point.
Thank you, Andy. You're awesome, Andy. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate
she's fantastic. And, you know, she does a lot of streaming herself. But she's letting us know, just like DJ Ray and Julissa, we can't hear you. So, you know what? Thankfully, you guys were here to let us know that we couldn't be heard. Thank you, Sudi, for letting us know that we don't know what's up with the audio, clearly. But we're making it work the whole way, either way. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you guys giving us the feedback. And now we're just going to continue on as if nothing else has gone wrong.
Can we ask the people real quick? Were you not able to hear anything at all? 'Cause that's a very rare situation that we've had. Were you able to hear me at all in the beginning? Any comments? Just comment really quick below. What's up with the audio? Sorry, Sudi? Yeah, Sudi.
Yeah, Sudi. No, we appreciate that. We want that. We need that feedback because we don't know. We're in the bubble here. We're in the live stream bubble.
Yeah, we've done about 10 shows, never had a live stream, an audio issue, so this is unique to us. Facebook decided to just mess with us today. But okay, we're going to move on to the next recipe. Eric, stand by. I'm going to have to find a place to hide this.
Yeah, just...
Actually, you want to give this a small little... You can try it more. You want to
Yeah, I'm just going to put it here for right now because I want to make sure that we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. Believe me, I'm going to eat and drink all of this after this.
All right, so we're going to go next to my personal recipe. It's actually Cool Swan, which is an Irish liqueur. People are probably familiar with Bailey's. Let me put in the logo in. Bailey's or things of that nature. Any Irish cream that you're familiar with. Me personally, this is the big daddy right here. I'm sorry. Amazing taste. A little bit more expensive than a traditional Bailey's or any traditional Irish cream. But, oops, let me get rid of this. And we're going to mix it with coffee ice cream. What are you going to do, Tony? We'll stand by and I'll show you in a second.
In the meantime, I'm going to try to salvage what's left of our credibility and our ability to produce live streams by saying that here's a perfect example. Live streaming, it's not hard, but there are so many little things that you have to check and double check, which we did prior to live streaming. And then as soon as we went live, everything went away. So we thank you for giving us the feedback and comments to even let us know, because otherwise we just would have kept going and going and going. But we had a backup plan, and we are executing that backup plan. So that's what's most important here. And this show, it has a lot of moving parts. It has a lot of moving parts. So the idea that we have to contend with the moving parts, but also make sure that we're entertaining you, lets us know that we have a lot to learn and we have a long way to go, but we're getting there. But the best way to do it is to do it. So now I'm going to bring Tony back in, and he's going to go on with round, probably, it feels like round 17 by now, but we'll see what it is. Let's bring Tony right back in.
All right, so I'm getting a couple of drinks prepared. My workstation is getting very busy right now. So, okay, what can you do? You can use a coupe or a small wine glass like this, right? Ice cream, Cool Swan, and then we're going to garnish it with some mint leaves. I literally made up this recipe yesterday, but I know it tastes great. So Cool Swan, the thing that's interesting about it is that you can get it from any liquor store. So delicious. You can actually have it on its own. If I'm being truly honest, you could just drink it just like that, and it has like a kind of like a chocolate aftertaste afterwards. So weird. So what we're gonna do is I'm trying to do my fanciest scoop right here. Wow, this thing melted really fast. I'm gonna use some of the cinnamon sticks as my helper right here.
It's the heat and intensity of live streaming that renders anything that's not sub-zero almost helpless.
So funny enough, while I'm getting this thing prepared, Eric and I talked about doing a live stream cooking show at the beginning of the pandemic, and we talked to a whole bunch of people, and no one wanted to do it. He and I did a bunch of demos amongst ourselves, cooking food in our kitchens. We're like, all right, let's go to a restaurant, let's go to a local chef, and they're like, yeah, we're all set. I'm like, okay, trying to help you out. So screw it, we did it ourselves. Would I consider myself a master chef? Absolutely. Would I let you have my food? Yeah, absolutely. Am I better than Gordon Ramsay? Absolutely not. But my food's pretty delicious. All right, excuse the thing. So now we're gonna open a Cold Swan. I did this just for you people. This is a very expensive bottle. I'm opening this bottle. It's hurting my soul because I'm not gonna. I'm honestly not gonna drink it today.
I will drink it, I promise.
All right. All right, Derek, you want to show the Cold Swan so they can kind of see the consistency of it. So you'll see that it's not thick, but it's not thin either.
It's kind of like a milky, like a heavier milk, like not a buttermilk, but like a whole milk.
Yeah, exactly. So a little stick. I don't know if people know this about mint, but with mint, if you want to bring the flavor out, you gotta hit it a little bit, and then you're all set.
And live streaming hasn't mastered smell-o-vision yet, but if you could smell the mint and the coffee and the cinnamon, it's divine.
Actually, Eric, you want to give that a taste of me?
I will. I'm happy to do it.
All right, here you go.
I'm going to come in there and do
Oh,
it.
you want to? Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, might as well.
This is your show. Huh?
Well, it is my show, but I feel like it belongs to the world now. It belongs to everybody. All right, thank you. Salud, happy holidays. This is taste number 27 of 12. Oh, wow. So, yeah, it's like a minty, chocolatey, coffee, cool, refreshing, flavorful taste of the season. There's a little bit of everything in here.
Do you feel like there's enough? Do you feel like there's too many flavors going on?
No. Because each one is such a distinct flavor. Like if coffee is in something, you know coffee's in it.
Yeah.
If cinnamon is in something, you know cinnamon is in there.
Yeah.
And certainly mint. Not only can you taste it, but you smell it. So each of these stand strong on their own, and they all come through beautifully.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Folks, what do you think of that cocktail? Yum. Oh, I see a couple comments. Let's put those comments up, and let's have the this one back. Stay in the shot. Let's do a secondary shot right here. Leave it on there. Actually, can I do an angle? Boom. So really pretty, really simple, very easy to make. You don't have to be a grandmaster bartender, and you can use most of these products you likely have at home. If you wanted to go one more flavor up, you could add ground nutmeg, but that's really totally up to your discretion. But I think right here, you're in a good place. So now, I have a really special cocktail for everybody, a recommendation in our kitchen. Martinelli's. You can't beat Martinelli's. Tony, why are you bringing Martinelli? There's no liquor in this. What is this? You can buy it for $3 at Stop and Shop. That's the point. You can buy it for $3 at Stop and Shop. Sometimes not everybody at the party can drink. You know, people want to drink responsibly, or they're not of age, or maybe they just don't want to have any alcohol, but they don't want to feel left out. You buy a couple bottles of Martinelli's, you know, for whatever, $10-20, and you can still do a champagne toast, and people can have a great time. You know, you cannot go wrong with it. What else can you do with it? You could also mix it with other cocktails as well. You know, you can mix it with a rum cocktail, maybe even a vodka, depending if it's the right vodka. We also have Grey Goose here for a recommendation later on. But you cannot go wrong with Martinelli. So do not forget about people that can't drink and consider it. And honestly, I think it's a cool gift. Like if someone gave me 6 bottles of Martinellis, I'd probably give them a big hug because I am a glutton for this thing. I drink this by the bottle. Literally, at Thanksgiving, I probably was responsible for 3 of them myself. Any thoughts about that, Eric?
It's a lot of sugar. It's a lot of sugar, but you know what? It is for, as I said, there's a lot of people who don't, as you said, there's a lot of people who don't drink or they don't do anything, they don't partake for whatever reason, and it's okay. There's no reason that you have to drink, but you still want to be festive. Martinelli's is something that can really make things festive without the added effects of alcohol or intoxication.
Absolutely. So now we're actually going to go back to the bar. I have a pretty cool cocktail that a good friend of mine helped me out, Miss Malia. She's a Hennessy lover, like many of my friends are. I think all of my friends love Hennessy. So it's a Hennessy cocktail. But there's a little bit of a spin and a twist to it that we're going to do. So what do you need? Where's my Hennessy? Okay, there we go. You need Hennessy.
You should have saw the look that he gave me when he thought the Hennessy was gone. It was a serious look.
You need Hennessy. You need some apple wedges. Eric also messed up on the some of the ingredients. You need an orange wedge, but does this look like an orange to you, people? Can we switch the camera, please? Does this look like an orange to you?
As a matter of fact, yes, it does look like an orange.
That's an orange?
From the outside. Turn it over. Does that look like an orange to you?
No, man. Look at that. That is not an orange. But you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. So this is actually a warm drink. So I actually have hot water being boiled right now. I'm going to grab the hot water.
No, it's right here.
Oh, you got it. Oh, make sure. Wow. It's like an actual production out here.
I think that ship sailed, but we're going to keep going with it anyway.
Because this is a larger mug, I'm going to have to be careful with the proportion, so it's not going to really come across on camera well. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put in a glass mug, but normally you'd want this in a mug. It's sort of like I don't want to say a hot toddy because that's not necessarily what a hot toddy is, but it's a hot, warm, and homey drink. So, what do you need? Hennessy. Absolutely mandatory. Can't beat it.
I love that sound.
This is Hennessy VS. If you're feeling fancy, you get a VSOP or an XO. Let's make sure that we're still in the camera shot. Oh, I need my apple cider. Stand by.
That's it? That's the drink? I mean, this I can drink. This I can handle. I mean, if this is what we're going to do, let's see what happens here. See if he notices.
Correction, this is not the hot drink. This is my cold drink. I forgot. But
Make sure you have all your ingredients.
make sure you have all your ingredients in your live stream, as well as audio.
Hold on, before you do anything, make sure all of your ingredients are in the glass. Hold on. Make sure all of your ingredients are in the glass.
What just happened?
You need Hennessy in there.
Oh, you really just finished it. I'm like, what?
So we're checking to see if he would actually notice. He didn't notice, but
I thought it looked weird. I'm like, it's only.
we're back on track now. We're back on track.
All right. You need about 1.5 ounces of cider. Normally an orange. So we're going to squeeze this. I'm presuming it to be a grapefruit.
It may be a blood orange.
Actually, the blood orange actually might work better. Now that I think about it. An apple wedge. Oh, that's a huge apple. Goodness gracious. breaking everything today.
You need a knife? Just cut it with the knife.
There we go. And you can garnish with a cinnamon stick. So normally I'd have it in a smaller cup, but just because of the portions, it's a little bit off. But you'd want to have a little bit more apple cider, but it's all to your preference. This is a recipe that I found online, but I'd probably add a little more apple cider. This probably disappoints Eric. Eric, you're more than welcome to give it a shot.
I've already given it a shot, and I liked what I had so far.
Let's try it with the apple cider.
Okay.
Let's
All right.
give it a whirl.
Since I'm the official taster today, and that's been my job for this show, which I love, I'm just gonna be the official taster. So we have Hennessy, apple cider, cinnamon stick, and apple,
Blood orange.
and blood orange. Okay. It's excellent. And it is blood orange. It's sweet. I'm taking this one with me. This one is a keeper.
Oh, you want to go to the main camera?
This is a keeper. And we're going to go. We're going to continue on. Yeah, it's actually really good. Thank you.
All right. All right. So now we're on the home stretch of some of our cocktails in the bar. I don't want the water to get warm, but I'm going to do this drink first. So I actually have a coquito and a pre-mixed solution from our friends from Served Cocktails. So my awesome friend Anna Fernandez started this business during quarantine.
Shout out to Ann.
Shout out to Anna and her friend
Anna.
Charisse. Awesome, very talented bartenders, sweet ladies. They're dope. Follow them at Served Cocktails, SRVD Cocktails on Instagram. And they will batch millions and millions of bottles of coquito for you. And you can have it. If you're not familiar with coquito, it's similar to like an Irish cream, but with coconut and liquor. This one has Bacardi rum in it. And I don't know if I'm going to open it right now because Eric needs to survive the rest of the day. And they also have pre-mixed cocktail. This is like a mango combination that they made here that they did for this week's solution. And it's actually super, super concentrated. So normally what you do is you take about maybe an ounce and a half and mix it with a beverage of your preference, whether it's Grey Goose, rum, whatever you'd like, and mix it with the solution, and you'd be good to go. So if you're lazy, you don't want to bartend, they've done half the work for you. These ladies that Served Cocktails will help you out. So give them a shout, let them know that I sent you.
Also, let the people know that if they have any questions or want any of these recipes, we're going to make them available.
Yeah, that's true as well. So any of these recipes, any of these combinations will be available online. You can email Eric at eric@mediaprepared.com or shoot me a message on Facebook, and I'll send you these combinations. Do we have any comments or questions?
So far, so good. I mean, I can tell you that I'm feeling pretty good. I've just had a couple of sips. I did have a shot of Hennessy. I think I needed that after the audio fiasco of 20 minutes ago. But what I wanted to say is that I appreciate you, Tony. Tony, you're doing all of this for us. It's no charge. It's no, we just kind of collaborated. We brought in some different wines and some different tastes and stuff like that. But you're really carrying the show for me today, and I appreciate that. So that's not easy to do. I stream a show every week, I should say. And a lot goes into it. This one has moving parts. We had some malfunctions, but you're doing great. Just keep going.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, Eric. Eric has been a awesome and masterful mentor over the years, and also actually a client of mine as well. I did his website, some other project, and I've also been a client of his for some stuff that we've done with him. So, during this quarantine, it's all about trying to kind of push our limits. I even told him, if I'm being frank, that I was wildly uncomfortable in terms of doing this whole thing because I'm not really an on-camera person. But here I am on camera. So and that's the whole beauty about this, the this opportunity. You know, the pandemic's unfortunate and stuff like that, but we've been able to push our limits and push our abilities to see what we can do. For example, I mean, even my friend's business, Serve Cocktails. I promise you, their business doesn't exist if the pandemic doesn't happen. You know, they're home, they're not working. You know, you're a bartender. You want to make drinks for people. You want to serve people, and here they are. Like, you know what? Let me do something. Let me initiate something. It's the same thing with Eric's show and what we've been doing. Hey, you know, what are the limits of what we can do to kind of really push what we can do on live streaming? You know, this is just the first step. You know, he and I have been working on many techniques and approaches that you can do on live streaming. Like this one. This was a new technique. You know, like, all right, let's see if we can do a virtual bar crawl or virtual tasting or things of that nature. So it's been fun that way, you know. So now we're going to make our hot drink. So this drink, shout out to my friend Abby, will be made from Grey Goose. Grey Goose is, you know, your standard top shelf vodka that we've known over the years. I know everybody drinks Tito's and whatever, but it's a beautiful bottle, guys. Come on, look at it. You. If I pick up this bottle, you know immediately it's Grey Goose. So when you bring it to a party, people are like, oh, he brought the goose. Okay, we're here to party. All right. So this one, pretty straightforward combination. Grey Goose, hot water. This is actually still pretty hot. Honey. You want to put that on camera for me, Sir Eric? Some honey. You actually need it, and if you notice, whoa! Goodness gracious. All right. If you notice another trend, I've been using cinnamon stick. I love cinnamon. Cinnamon's awesome. And then, oh, I didn't cut my fresh ginger, but that's okay. I'm not going to taste that drink today, but we'll make it. So, very simple again. Here's your glass. And we're going to bang out some Grey Goose. Man. Oh, I didn't break the seal. Mm-hmm. Eric, do you have any questions or comments from anybody?
Yeah. Well, I have a question.
Sure.
Because you were talking earlier about feeling a little bit uncomfortable being in front of the camera, right? And one of my favorite sayings in business is nothing significant happens when we're comfortable.
Absolutely.
Right? So get a little uncomfortable. The reason that I started doing my Wednesdays at 1 show is because, you know, I preach about what you do when you're in front of the camera and how to be clear, concise, and compelling and how to do all of those things. But very rarely have I been in front of the camera in my entire career, which has spanned over 20 years at this point. So I decided to make myself a little bit uncomfortable. I was already uncomfortable in the pandemic for a variety of reasons. But this is one of those things that you really, you put yourself out there. You let people see, you make some mistakes, but you go forward. You continue to go forward. And that's what this is really about, is showing people what's possible, trying some things that maybe aren't perfect. Certainly this is not perfect in any sort of way, but we also get better every single time. We learn something. We get a little more comfortable. We maybe reach some people that we wouldn't have ordinarily reached. And that's the point.
All right, so I'm putting the last bits of our cocktail in. You would also slice this with a fresh piece of ginger, but I forgot to cut our ginger because we were so pressed for time prepping for our show.
We were doing a sound check that
Clearly didn't work.
Clearly did not work and was a complete waste of time. We should have been cutting ginger the entire time.
Yeah, so this one's actually from the Grey Goose website called Winter Scarves. So it's, you know, it's basically their spinoff of a hot toddy. So the ginger is what kind of finalizes that final kick. I mean, even with the lemon wheels and the hot water and the vodka, this is actually it's actually a pretty solid drink. Yeah, so the lemon really kind of comes out. The cinnamon's super strong. Eric, you want to give it a smell?
I'm going to let you do it because I've already had some Hennessy.
You can smell it, though. You can smell it.
I can smell it from here, but I want you to taste it.
Yeah, so I can definitely see why they recommended the ginger. Wow. Okay. It's actually really good.
I just want to let people know if the screen goes to black, it's because that's what we're actually seeing at that moment.
Right, right, right. So that's actually what it is. So again, simple cocktail, nothing crazy. They actually recommended like a fancy liqueur that you can buy at a grocery store, but it costs like $20. Everybody has honey at home. If you don't have honey, you could probably use brown sugar, but go out and get honey, or even agave would work as well too, to kind of bring in a little bit of sweetness for that product. If you don't have Grey Goose at home, sure, use Tito's, use Stoli. Whatever. Actually, don't do Stoli, please. Don't do Stoli.
Belvedere is my choice when there's not Grey Goose around. I either will do Grey Goose or Belvedere. Those are clearly better than Tito's or Stoli's or whatever else is out there. Kettle One. I mean, a good vodka makes all of the difference. That changes every single thing, right? It's the foundation of your drink.
Absolutely.
It's the foundation of your night. You drink Grey Goose all night. You drink Belvedere all night. You're gonna be okay. You drink Kettle One all night. You're gonna have a totally different next day. I promise you.
And that's actually why I said the well, because the smoothness of the Grey Goose, in my personal opinion, really it's a very distinct difference. Like that extra $5 or $10 that you're spending on that liquor really helps out. I'm sure there are people like, Grey Goose, why would I want that? No problem. Just my opinion. It's our show, not yours.
Well, let me just say, please, guys, if you have any questions or if you have any opinions on vodka or any other liqueur or wine, we want to see those in the comments. We appreciate you guys watching. I see the numbers from here, so I appreciate everyone watching. But chime in. We can put your comments in real time, and we appreciate you guys taking some time on the Wednesdays at One show and joining us as we do the 12 tastes of Christmas.
Yeah, so I do want to go back briefly to the kitchen, just to show one last item from the kitchen, and then we're gonna finish off with a wine. So, boom, I'm in my California kitchen. Hooray! Listen, crackers and meat. It's like, okay, what's so special about that? You know what? Sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple, keep it simple, stupid. The KISS method doesn't hurt. Get some nice crackers, a nice prosciutto. This prosciutto that Eric actually got for the show is actually really good, and a salami. And then you combine that with a nice cheese. We have a bourbon cheese here called a Gouda cheese, and you chop it up for your guests. You can't go wrong with that. Why do you need to make fancy hors d'oeuvres for your guests? I mean, if you're gonna have a small gathering with your family, you want to keep it simple, keep the cost down. A set of crackers, prosciutto, and cheese is gonna cost you no more than $20. Unless you're going to Whole Foods, then it's gonna cost you like $400. But more power to you.
Let me just tell you, I have a very good friend, and her name is Josephine, and you know her.
Yeah.
She is a wizard with charcuterie. I also have another very, very special friend, Sudi. She takes charcuterie to an art form, and I'm inspired by both of them. And I'm not very good at either one of them. But the point is, try it. Put some things out. Try some different cheeses. Try some different meats.
Right.
Try some different flavors and mix it. This is what this show is all about.
Yeah, so if you could see the consistency of this prosciutto, Eric, you want to show them on camera very quickly? Absolutely. It's a really, I think this is what, $8 maybe?
I don't know. I did buy it, but I have no idea what it costs.
Like really fine prosciutto, like nothing out of this world, and very light, super easy to eat, not too much spice in it. Simple, just kind of occupy your kids or the family members until you do the main dinner. Do we have a comment?
Yes. One of my really good friends, Josephine, who I just referenced, she is a wizard. I mean, I may have to do a show with her. I mean, if she's watching this show, she's not going to want to do a show with us.
Right, I know.
But she is a absolute wizard with charcuterie. And she's like a first generation Sicilian. So she knows her meats and cheeses.
Oh, all right, Josephine. So you're going to be here next week. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so again, super simple, nothing crazy. You can get a nice plate, do a nice arrangement. Obviously, I mean, even this little basic thing that I did. This actually looks kind of pretty. You know, you don't have to impress the world and to feed them. You know, and then we're gonna get to our final product. Eric, you want to take me back to the bar, please?
Absolutely. And magically, we are in the bar.
We're back at the bar.
Let me just, because you mentioned it a little bit earlier.
Sure.
Just think about it. If you're an entrepreneur, or if you're a bar owner, or you work in an event space, or you have a product, right? Or you have an event that you want to promote. Look at all the things that are possible in the live streaming space. You can literally bring your event space to the people.
Absolutely. I mean, this is kind of why we did it, because we want to show people what's possible. I mean, we're making the mistakes, for you, so that when we come to you, or when you try to do it yourself, you know what to avoid and what to prepare for and stuff like that. Right now, unfortunately, there are tons of bars and restaurants that are losing business at this very moment, and it's heartbreaking. And we want to give people a chance to survive. So whether it's live cooking, virtual shows, virtual tastings, we want to help people do that. So myself, I am far from a bartender, and I'm far from an elite chef. I would like to say I'm a pretty good cook. I haven't had people complain about my food once. Actually, Eric, we are going to do a cooking show in January where I will actually cook in the kitchen and show you what we can do with some simple ingredients and a little bit of a Haitian flair. But it's all about what's possible. So this is possible with not a lot of money, not a lot of resources. It's just ingenuity and just thinking it through and thinking about what you're trying to solve and what you're trying to do and achieve, So we're going to go to our final product of the evening. We have Decoy. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon.
And one of my favorites, by the way.
This one, if I'm not mistaken, is on the more pricier side. I want to say it's like $24.99 in the store.
Not even close at Total Wine. It's probably about anywhere from $17 to $20.
Oh, so it's coming down a little bit. All right, that's good. So for $20, this is a killer wine. Killer wine. If you go to like a local restaurant or a bar, you're getting this by the bottle for like $80, $90 easily. At the bar that I used to work at my hotel, we sold this like clockwork. It was such an easy sell, such an easy taste, deep, rich flavor. You get that tannin, and if you're big into cabs, and obviously when you have cab in the winter, you want to feel a little bit of warmth inside. You can't beat it. Really can't beat it. So if you want, and actually this makes a phenomenal gift. It's a beautiful bottle. Look at the duck. Looks super classy. I mean, if someone told me this was $100 wine, I would probably believe them, if I'm being honest. Cannot go wrong with this. So Decoy, you can get it anywhere at Total Wines. I'm pretty sure Drizzly has it. And if you're not sure about it, support your local bar when you have dinner and ask for Decoy. Quite a few local restaurants serve Decoy. I've actually been impressed. Usually when you go to a restaurant, they'll have one obscure wine, another obscure wine, whatever. But that's one thing I've seen consistently, especially in the city of Boston. I've seen quite a few people serve Decoy.
Tony, you make a great point there. I'm just going to go even a little bit further. I'm going to expand on it. Listen, guys, support your local businesses. They need you more than ever, right? We can see sort of on the horizon that this pandemic is going to come to an end, but go to your local liquor store or beer shop or winery or brewery. Go to your local restaurant. Go to that mom and pop. Support your local businesses. We need your support. I'm a entrepreneur. Tony is an entrepreneur. I've been very fortunate to be able to work with some people locally who are still thriving and still doing what they're doing. And even as you mentioned earlier, Tony, even just showing people what's possible here in the live streaming space, it's all a function of what can we do to help local businesses.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can afford it, make an effort. We have served cocktails here. Hit them up on Instagram. Serve SRVD, as you can see, cocktails. The pre-mixed drink is $14, and the Coquito is $20. I tried my best with the limited time that we have to try to support local entities, but you know, unfortunately, some of them were closed, which was heartbreaking. You know, but with those that are able to make it, we want to give them a chance to see 2021 and be fruitful and take it to the next level. And again, if you guys have any questions or you have any comments in regards to some of these cocktails, like this lovely, this actually is sitting beautifully now. If you see this one, look at it. It's actually sitting beautifully. Some of these cocktails, this is the Cool Swan with the ice cream coffee. Email Eric at mediaprepared.com, or you can email me at tony@transmit.com, transmit with a Y. And if you have any questions about how you can do a virtual experience just like this, whether it's coaching, whether it's, you know, a live show, cooking, performing arts, whatever you want to call it, we can help you. We can support you. We want people to win in every way possible. This is just something that we do. We're both tech-oriented guys, and we're just trying to take our skill level to the next level. We're willing to embarrass ourselves and make mistakes on the fly so that we can better serve you on another level. So thank you for watching another Wednesdays at 1 show here every Wednesday at 1 p.m. on Eric's page on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. We will not be having a show next week in recognition of the holiday, but we'll be back in January with some awesome guests, more food, more drinks, and we'll see you soon.